So, instead of doing homework in order to get into the cool nerds guild, we're just gonna go and do homework for the entire population of Bergen Village.
At least quests involve actually doing something. Like, the nerds just want us to actually literally do homework.
Oh yeah, they want us to read the lore and then, be able to answer questions about the lore, which I guess is in keeping because they're we're here to understand the lore, so I guess it makes sense that they want to get their members to do that, but this guy would try to get the local Bergen Merchants Guild on it, and they were like, what the fuck is your problem? Okay, fine, we'll just get the Seeker to do it. Which is pretty shrewd of them, really. And I mean, why not have a quest for a cool hat?
I mean...
Don't answer that.
It doesn't show the cool hat on our person, and therefore, it's trash. Why even bother?
Yeah. There's something in that. They weren't really up to the task of having equipable cosmetics in this game, and honestly, I'm kind of entirely in favour of that outcome. Anyway, I absolutely did go and fight all of these Frobbits for absolutely no reason other than to not cut off Emily's story. Because to do otherwise would be rude.
I can't believe that you are also a lover of goats.
Anyway, I thought I'd be clever and come into the screen with a S-rank streak going, but it turns out that this is a little cutscene, and the little cutscene just forcibly terminates your streak, so that's nice. Anyway, the cool mining guy wanted us to go and kill these, contaminated Frobbits? I forget what the technical term for this is, but yeah, they're basically invincible until you dunk them in the water. And it's surprisingly difficult to dunk them in the water, although they like to jump at you and they'll probably dunk themselves if you leave them long enough, so that's something. But yeah.
I mean, there are far worse gimmicks to attach to a fight.
Yep. Anyway, this fight isn't really that interesting. I mean, it's nice and fun and dynamic, and it's a little bit different because, you know, Lord knows you're not used to seeing any kind of challenge from Frobbits ever. These guys can get you, honestly, there's a lot of them. And they're a little bit higher level than usual. Anyway, I slowed back down at this point because I just want you to watch the one that Emily is fighting and just, keep half an eye over there and see what's going on here. Have you ever seen a more graceful fight?
Honestly, it looks more like the rabbit is fighting her than the other way around.
I'm not really sure who's dunking who here. Anyway, eventually we finally managed to kill the fucking thing. That was fun. I rag on that quest for dragging a little bit, but it's fine. Anyway, we got the stuff. It wasn't complicated. I think I was missing, one carrot or something. So I was able to just cut back and immediately get it. Anyway, she now opens a shop so you can trade for more of these, and I was like, shit. Okay, give me a second.
I was gonna say, it doesn't look that good. Just eyeballing it, but...
Yeah. But I want to have stuff. Speaking of having stuff, I started actually using dash techniques now. We saw first cut there. it's a little bit esoteric because dash arts are kind of like the trickiest art to actually do the input for, and it's really easy to just end up doing a guard art instead. But they're actually kind of nifty. They can do some good stuff, like first cut just does a bunch of damage. Anyway, the reason I actually want one of these is because it gives you more SP. And I'm starting thinking about deliberately doing more text to show off to certain people doing certain things. So more SP is always nice. Well, this was all very worthwhile. At least we're getting paid.
I know I told you to make this cool hat for me, but I have retroactively decided that this hat is not, in fact, cool enough.
See, even Mrs. Summers is just like, what the fuck ever, look, you did the job. Our reputation is upheld. Just collect your check and hope that the next one is a little bit less, whatever the fuck that was. Unlike this guy. People actually like this guy. I mean, look at him. Look at that beard and that name. How can you not like this guy? Also, he gave us some Metal Gears. But I thought that was a reference, but actually no, they're just gears made of metal. False alarm. Sorry.
I mean, I almost admire that restraint. Almost.
Well, maybe you'll be, you'll have some kind of feeling when I tell you that there is a trophy for collecting 99 Metal Gears, and it's called It Can't Be.
Well...
Restraint is for cowards.
You win some, you lose some.
Anyway, it turns out I could have just gone and gotten this goat the first time around after we got the Sprout of Valor in the earlier video, and I just didn't notice the path down. Because I fucking hate Bergen Village, it's unreadable, I can't navigate it, okay? It just short-circuits all the bits of my brain that do pathfinding. Sorry, I can't deal with it. Anyway, I thought this guy would have something to say about the goat invading the storeroom, but I guess not. Maybe he's used to it. Goat's in our party now.
Oh, great, cool. Do we have to Ocarina of Time this?
No. We just get to immediately hand him off to the Guard of Bergen. Well, this all seems totally above board and on the level.
I'm digging those quotes on the guard's name tag, as it were.
Yeah. When you know you're onto something, like I said, restraint is for cowards. This game will always just say it. Well, shit. Honestly, I could have figured out that we need to chase after him, but...
I appreciate that immediately after getting tricked by this goat man, we got the trophy for Legendary Solver.
Yeah.
Yeah, we solved that one real good.
Our investigation prowess is unrivaled. Anyway, this fight is a small to moderate fucker. Mostly because you're fighting 3 goats at once. I think they're slightly above average level as well, I could be wrong on that. And the terrain is exactly weird enough to make it slightly tricky to get them broken. So yeah, once you actually get in any kind of momentum going in this fight, you're basically fine. But they can get you.
I mean, they're goats. Getting a god is just part of the experience.
It's an occupational hazard. Anyway, you might have seen Emily constantly using Aegir Strike as one of her techs that she has. That's a dash art. Like, it's really easier to come away with the impression that it's a Pentafist exclusive deal of some kind, because, you know, people always forget about dash arts, but no, it's one of ours. I think there are 2 in the entire game. There are 2 techs that Spheromancers don't get anywhere, and one of them doesn't even have a name. Like, I only learned about it by looking stuff up and reading a bunch of wikis. So that's fun. Anyway, I said that we weren't going to do this earlier, and that's because we're going to do it now.
Great. If this is the thing that I'm thinking of, this is an experience.
There's a 50% chance that this is the thing you're thinking of. I think if you're misremembering anything at all, it's how many of these there are.
Oh no, I know there's a lot of them.
Well, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yup. Alright, yeah. Oh, man.
So yeah, this is an experience. I'm honestly a tiny bit disappointed that they didn't make this some kind of pathing problem where you got to get all of them without repeating any of them. That could have been done. But they didn't. So instead it's just, yep, gotta do some jumping, gotta not get shot. 2 very simple goals. Very, very simple goals. Like, it's just absolutely impossible to fuck this up.
Yeah, this definitely getting the feelings back on this one.
See, and just there, the observation that, yes, you can shield these. You will get knocked back a tiny bit when you shield them. So it's kind of risky to tank them, but it's a viable strat.
I mean, it's better than just completely eating shit when you get hit. But yeah.
Honestly, on a very basic level, these aren't the biggest hazards, because, yeah, sure, the turrets are moving and they shoot at you, and it is pretty annoying, but the shots don't have any tracking on them. So 9 times out of 10, all you actually have to do is to have moved since they shot you, and you'll basically be fine. But there are a lot of ways that this whole thing has to just catch you out. And 9 times out of 10, when you get hit, it's because you misjudged a distance or something moved or some weird thing that's kind of a pain to actually deal with. Anyway, just to make absolutely sure that you understand that you can tank these things, here's this section. I'm still not actually sure if there's a limit on how fast you can rotate the shield, or if that's just like a visual effect and you're always actually looking where you're looking. Anyway, that's it. That's this over and done with. Yep, we got the trinket. I wonder what it does. I'm honestly amazed that they actually literally opened this with "but you see." The true wisdom was inside you all along. Or something. I don't know, I kind of tuned out the bit where she actually pretended to have any insight into anything in particular. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say this was over and done with? I'm afraid I might have told a tiny little bit of a lie. So yeah, we now have 2 new challenges to do on the same obstacle course. Got to do it in under 2 minutes, and we got to do it without guarding. Now, you do not, I cannot stress this enough, you do not have to do both of these in one run. I cannot overstate them.
Can you? Can you even?
Yes, you absolutely can. In fact, we're going to. I'm just saying, it's entirely for flex. There's no actual point to it other than potentially only having to complete it once instead of twice more. At the cost of making it more difficult. Also, when you're doing this with the timer, the checkpoints will work a little bit differently. So if you fail on the first section, it will just immediately kill the whole run. If you fail on a later section, you'll still go back to the checkpoint, but the timer will keep going. So if you fail too many times, you'll be like, okay, well this run obviously isn't going anywhere. And you'll have to go and reset the whole thing. But when you do that, it turns off the no guarding thing, so you have to re-enable that again. In fact, there's a little pop-up that comes up when it happens, which I'm pretty sure is just there as a fix because players kept getting caught by it, so the developers put in a little note saying, hey, we turned it off. Important detail, this doesn't actually change the contents of the trial. So we're doing the exact same steps, we just can't guard. And we're on a timer, that's it. That's really it.
How is this last one gonna work then?
Okay, so I'm afraid I might have told a second nested lie. This is the only change. It gives you these extra little platforms. And now you can dodge these things instead of having to block them. Honestly, all the difficulty comes from the slightly misleading fact that this is all in a cross shape. Because that means that you have to go side to side in a very particular way that makes it kind of tricky to rotate where you're dodging. Would have been much easier if it had been a 4x4 square. Which is probably why they didn't do it. Game design. And Leah is like, well, fuck that. Anyway, we could equip these new things, and, maybe we should, because they got useful stuff on them, like HP regen, but for whatever reason, I just have a real good feeling about these Ice Walkers. That's just my peculiarities, though. There's no need to read anything into this. I assure you, you're overthinking it.